In this video, we'll be going over the top 10 most downloaded games on the PlayStation Store for the month of March. Some of these games might interest you, so I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at that. God of War 5 setting has been confirmed. Doesn't come as much of a shocker, but we thought we'd go over that anyway. And there's a Dark Souls Remastered trailer you might have missed, so we'll cover that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about the most downloaded games for the month of March on the PlayStation Store. We will be going over the top 10 PlayStation 4 games. At number 1, we've got Far Cry 5. That doesn't come as too much of a shocker. Far Cry 5 was probably the biggest game release of March. Number 2 is MLB The Show 18. That's not a surprise either. MLB The Show has been a staple to PlayStation, and it's definitely carved out its own fan base. Number 3 is A Way Out. That's a little bit surprising. While A Way Out has been critically very well received, it seemed like this was a game that wasn't going to gain much traction, especially with it being cooperative only, but also at the same token, you do have to mention that if one person buys the game, you can just play with a friend, no problem. So they kind of took that barrier down very easily, and it's a great game. Highly recommended. So great to see that game doing well. Number 4 is Grand Theft Auto 5. I believe they did run a couple of sales for this game, so maybe that's why it's elevated a little bit, but still, that is great. But still being this high in the list after being out for what, almost 4 years now, and that's the PlayStation 4 version, that is pretty incredible. Number 5 is NBA Live 18, the 1 edition. Number 6 is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. 7 is Battlefield 1 Revolution. Number 8 is Titanfall 2 Standard Edition. Those two also saw deep discounts in the month of March, so that explains why they're a little bit higher than they typically are. Number 9 is Monster Hunter World. That game is still retaining its appeal. And number 10 is Gang Beasts. We'll leave a link down below in the description box where the PlayStation blog also goes over PlayStation VR downloads, free-to-play downloads. Guess what that is? I don't think that's too much of a surprise. And it even goes over PS Vita games, PS4 themes, and PlayStation Classics. So a lot of interesting stuff over there. Moving right along, it has been confirmed that the next God of War game and God of War 5, we don't know if that'll be the name, but the next God of War title will be set in Norse mythology. In an interview with Finder.com, Sony Santa Monica's senior online community strategist Aaron Kaufman spoke on the God of War franchise, and he talked about a lot from why this game wasn't called God of War 4 and instead has been rebranded as just God of War, and probably most interestingly, he talked about the next God of War game and the future of God of War in Norse mythology. He said this, quote, "I will say that Corey Barlog, who's our creative director, has. When he came back to Santa Monica Studio a number of years ago, he didn't come back with an idea that was this'll be the first and the only Kratos and Atreus adventure, and while we're not here today discussing what's next for them or where we go or even what it looks like, I think any smart person or anyone with common sense would say I doubt Santa Monica Studio would put this much time and investment into introducing a new character and a new universe without thinking about the greater roadmap, so we absolutely have ideas and thoughts on that." So I think it's pretty conclusive that the next God of War title will be set in this world of Norse mythology. God of War's release is quickly creeping up on us. It'll be out for everybody on April 20th, and expect the official reviews for the game to come out very soon. We've seen a lot of press people already finish the game and said very positive things about it. Expect this to be one of the best PlayStation 4 exclusives this generation so far. And finally, I do want to point your guys' attention to a brand new Dark Souls Remastered trailer that's been coming out. It's gone a little under the radar, and you'll notice various different textures. Now, this is a trailer for the PlayStation 4 version. A lot of what we've seen thus far in the game has been done on the Nintendo Switch, and obviously the PlayStation 4 version is gonna look better, but at the same time, it's not a night and day difference. I think if you're going into Dark Souls Remastered, you probably have already played Dark Souls and you just want to experience the game once again. It's a fantastic game. Many would say that this is the best in the Souls franchise. I won't get into that debate right now, but it is a great game, and it'll be a pleasure to go back and play through this game on the PlayStation 4. It'll be seeing its release on May 25th. So that's gonna conclude this video. Let us know what you think. What do you think about the top 10 most downloaded PlayStation 4 games for the month of March? Are you surprised by any of the games, or does it seem pretty normal? And let us know what you think about the next God of War game also being set in Norse mythology. I don't think this comes as a big shocker, but still interesting nonetheless. And also, are you going to be picking up Dark Souls Remastered next month? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.